So now we continue with the machines. We had done, we had done the explanation of the different machines and the simple machines, and also the explanation of the different kinds of levers. So class 1, class 2, class 3 levers is what we understood in our previous video. Now we are going to do the numericals which are present in the exercise 3A of this chapter. So in exercise 3A there are around 12 numericals which are there in the textbook. So we will do the numericals one by one from this particular thing. So now before we start, we need to write down certain, as usual, the formulas. So the formula first of all will be, the first one is MA is equals to load upon effort. Second, VR is equals to DE upon DL. Third one, for ideal machine, MA is equals to VR. Fourth one, efficiency is equals to MA upon VR. If it is in percentage, then it do 100%. The fifth one will be about in case of the lever. So this was up to efficiency is equals to work output upon work input. That's another formula which we'll be using. This was one part for the lever. Then the next one will be for the lever. For lever, MA for lever is equals to effort arm upon load arm Okay, that is one part. What else? I think one more thing would be seventh one is load into load arm is equals to effort into effort arm. So this will be the next formula, which is also the same as what we have as principle of moment or principle of equilibrium. So that is also there. Right, I think this should be sufficient enough. In case we have got any other formula which we'll be using up, then definitely we will be taking up over here. So otherwise, you can have one more thing over here, and that is the different kinds of lever. So you can have the schematic diagram like here, one which will be load, fulcrum, effort. Second one, this is class 1. The class 2 will be effort, load, fulcrum. Effort, load, fulcrum. This is class 2 lever. And finally is load, effort and fulcrum. So then it is going to be class 3 lever. So these are the three classes. Class 1 lever when fulcrum is at the center, class 2 lever when the load is at the center, and class 3 lever when the effort is at the center. That's why I told you FLE. So this is how we remember it. So these are the different formula which we'll be using in the numericals which are having over here. So identify the type of class of lever it is, and also to find out the different values of the effort and the load based on the questions given to you. So of course this is something which you need to learn by heart. So these are the formula which you need to learn by heart for this particular numericals. We now continue with the numericals. So we start with the numericals now. Okay. A crowbar length 120 centimeters has its fulcrum situated at a distance of 20 centimeters from the load. Calculate the mechanical advantage of the crowbar. So the first thing what we are having over here, length of crowbar is equals to 120 centimeters. They are given that the fulcrum is situated 20 centimeters from the load arm. So this load arm is equals to 20 centimeters. Therefore, effort arm is equals to 120 minus 20 is equals to 100 centimeters. Therefore, mechanical advantage is equals to effort arm upon load arm. So, mechanical advantage will be equal to effort arm upon load arm. So, that will give us as 100 upon 20 is equals to 5. So, the mechanical advantage is 5. Easy sum. We do the next one. Move to the next one. That is question number 2. A pair of scissors has its blade 15 centimeters long while its handle is 7.5 centimeters long. So blade is nothing but the load arm. So load arm is equals to 15 centimeters. Effort arm, that is nothing but the handle. Handle is the effort arm, which is 7.5 centimeters. So we know that MA is equals to effort arm upon load arm, that is 7.5 upon 15, that is 1 upon 2. So it is 1 upon 2 is equals to 0.5 is the mechanical advantage of this particular scissor. The mechanical advantage of scissor is 0.5. We know it's a speed multiplier. Third one, a force of 2 kgf is required to cut a metal sheet. A shears used to cutting the metal sheet has its blade 5 cm long and its handle 10 centimeters long. So yeah, we will see this one now. So the data what is given to you is this way, the third one. The force required is 5 kgf. That means the load is of 5 kgf. So load is equals to 5 kgf. Load arm, that is the size of the blade. The load arm is given to you as the blades are 5 centimeters long. Now effort arm, that is the handle, is equals to 10 centimeters long. We need to find out the effort. Effort is what we need to find out. So we know that load into load arm, load into load arm is equals to effort into effort arm. This gives us load as 5 into load arm is 5 again. This is effort is what we need to find out. Effort into effort arm is 10. So therefore effort is equals to 25 upon 10 is equals to 2.5 kgf. Clear? So the effort arm was given to you, load arm was given to you, load was given to you, effort is what you need to find out. So main important thing is to understand the question, understand the data, and accordingly use the right formula to get your answer. Okay. We move on to sum number 4. Now, in sum number 4, you are given that there is this particular figure wherein there is a load, there is a fulcrum over here, and the effort over here. So, these are the three things. The load is equal to 15 kgf, and the effort is what we need to find out. And they are given some data that to which class of the lever does it belong. So, being fulcrum is the first one, so that's why it is class 1 lever. That's the first question. Second question, if AB is equals to 1 meter, AF is equals to 0.4. So this is 1 meter, this is 0.4 meters. So automatically this will be 0.6 meters. So here we know that load arm is equals to 0.4 meters. The effort arm is equals to 1 minus 0.4 is equals to 0.6 meters, right? We need to find out the mechanical advantage. So mechanical advantage MA is equals to effort arm upon load arm. So that will give me effort arm is 0.6 upon 0.4. That cancels to 2 this is 3 so it is 1.5. So mechanical advantage is 1.5. You now need to calculate the effort. So we can use the same formula. MA is equals to load upon effort. So accordingly 1.5 is equals to load. Now the load is given to you as 15. So effort is what you need to find out. Therefore effort is equals to 115 upon 1.5 is equals to 10 kgf. So effort required will be 10 kgf. Easy ones. We move on to sum number 5. So sum number 5 is going to be this way. Sum number 5. A man uses a crowbar length 1.5 meters to raise a load of 75 kgf by putting the sharp edge below the bar at a distance of 1 meter from his hand. Draw a diagram of the arrangement showing the fulcrum, load and effort with their direction. So your first thing is that we need to find out that we need to draw a diagram first, right? We need to draw a diagram. So accordingly, if I draw a diagram, this is a rod which is AB length, which is of 1.5 meters. Okay, this is 1.5. So it's given that the length of the rod is 1.5 meters and is used to raise a load of 75 kgf by putting a sharp edge below the bar at a distance of 1 meter from his hand. So we see this, we'll consider this to be at the load side. So load side is the 75 kgf, this is 75 kgf. You are going to have a fulcrum which is going 1 meter from here. So from 1 meter from here is the fulcrum, this is 1 meter. So this will be 0.5 meters and this is going to be the effort over here. So this is the first thing is you need to draw the diagram. So the diagram is this way. This is the load, this is the fulcrum and this is the effort. 1 meter, 0.5, total 1.5. Now, so load and effort will be in their downward direction over here. Now, first thing is calculate. Now, state the kind of lever. First thing is, so first the second part is state the kind of lever. So, class 1 lever. Because fulcrum is the center, therefore it's a class 1 lever. Second thing is calculate load arm, effort arm. So, load arm is already known to us that load arm is equal to 0.5 meters. Effort arm is equal to 1 meter. Next is mechanical advantage. So MA is equal to effort arm upon load arm is equal to 1 upon 0.5. So that will be 2. So mechanical advantage is 2. And finally we want to find out the effort needed. So we know that MA is equals to load upon effort. So 2 is equals to 75 upon effort. So effort is equals to 75 upon 2, which is going to be 37.5 kgf. So the effort required will be 37.5 kgf. That's the effort over here. We now move on to sum number 6. A pair of scissors is used to cut a piece of cloth by keeping it at a distance of 8 cm from its rivet and applying an effort of 10 kgf by fingers at a distance of 2 cm from the rivet. So, if you see the figure, it will be, means agar understand karne ke liye, to you don't need to draw this. So, this is the scissor. Okay, these are scissors. From the rivet, the distance over here, this is 2 centimeters. Okay, this is 2 centimeters, whereas the cloth is kept over here for the distance of 8 centimeters. So this is what is given over here. So of course this is the load, this is the fulcrum, and this is the effort. So first of all, they asked us that the effort required, an effort of 10 kgf is required. So here effort is equals to 10 kgf. So let us write that down. So we have got load arm is equals to 8 centimeters. Effort arm is equals to 2 centimeters. Effort is equals to 10 kgf. Okay. We need to find out the mechanical advantage and the load offered by the cloth. And last thing. So the first of all, we have the mechanical advantage is equals to load arm, effort arm upon load arm. That will be 2 upon 8, that is 1 upon 4, it's 0.25. So accordingly, MA is equals to load upon effort, so 0.25 is equals to load being L and effort is 10. Therefore, load is equals to 10 into 0.25 is equals to 2.5 kgf. So you can see, because, so that is the first part, we got the 3 answers, that is 0.25 and 2.5 kgf. The second question is that how does the pair of scissors act, the force multiplier or a speed multiplier? So here we know that since MA is less than 1, therefore it's a speed multiplier. Okay, so it is a speed multiplier because the MA is less than 1. We now move on to sum number 7. A 4-meter long rod of negligible weight is supported at a point 125 centimeters from its other one end, and a load of 18 kgf is suspended at the point 60 centimeters from the support on the shorter arm. Shorter arm. So let's see a figure first. So let's draw a figure. See, it's always ideal to draw a figure so that you are not making any mistake. It's a 4-meter long rod, so the length of the rod is 4 meters. Of negligible weight, so we don't need a weight. Is supported at a point 125 centimeters from its one end, and a load of 18 is suspended at a point 60 centimeters from the support on the shorter arm. So here we see that this F is at 125 centimeters and a load of 18 is suspended at a point 60 centimeters from the support. So from here to here it is 60. This is the load equal to 18 kgf. If the weight of W is placed at a distance of 250 centimeters from the support on the longer arm, find W. So we are going to put over here at a distance of 2 centimeters from the support. So at a distance of 250 centimeters from support, you are having one W. Okay, and we are saying that when you do so, for the whole thing gets supported. So we are going to use the equilibrium parts, or we can say over here load into load arm is equals to effort into effort arm. You can see that way. So we say this way that by principle of moment, sum of anti-clockwise moment is equals to sum of clockwise moment. So W into 250 is equals to 18 into 60. So W is equals to 18 into 60 upon 250. So you're not going to cancel anything, and you get the answer as 8 6 is 48 and 6 by 6 9 10 upon 25. So that will give you as 25 fours and then 8 is remaining, so 80 will be 3s are 75, 50 will be 2s. So this is kgf. 4.32 kgf will be the value of W over here. The next is, if a weight of 5 kg is kept to balance the rod, find its position. So next thing is that the same thing, but instead of keeping it over here, I'm keeping this as, so the second part, I'll make the different color. So if I have got another weight over here, which is, I'm placing here, okay, I'm placing here 5 kgf. I need to find out this part. I need to find out this x. Okay, so let's take that part. So again, it will be the principle of moment again. So by second part, by principle of moments, sum of anti-clockwise movement is equal to sum of clockwise movement. So that is 5 into x is equals to 60 into 18. So x is equals to 60 into 18 upon 5. So that's 12 18 180 plus 36. So 216. So 216 will be the distance, 216 centimeter from the support on longer side. That's the value of x, and that is where I will be raising that particular point. So 2.16 or 216 centimeters or 2.16 meters. They are given everything in centimeter, so you can keep it in centimeters. To which class does it belong? So of course this is class 1. So C part is class 1. Class 1 lever. We now move on to sum number 8. Sum number 8. A lever of length 9 centimeters has its load arm 5 centimeters long and the effort arm 9 centimeters long. Okay, so they are given a lever which is 9 centimeters long, and so we got load arm is equals to 5 centimeters, effort arm is equals to total length is equals to 9 centimeters. Therefore, it is like this, that the fulcrum is here, effort is here, and load is here. This is 5 and this is 9. So accordingly we see that this is class 2 lever. Okay, to which class does it belong? It belongs to class 2. Draw the diagram of the layer showing the position of fulcrum and direction of both the load and the effort. So yes, this is there. The load over here, the load will be acting downwards, but the effort will be acting upwards. Okay, load is acting downwards, but you need to pull it up, so effort will be upwards because fulcrum is over here. So effort will be upwards. The next thing is C part. What is the mechanical advantage and velocity ratio if the efficiency is 100%? So the C part is mechanical advantage is effort arm upon load arm. Effort arm is 9 upon load arm is 5. So that is going to be giving you as 1.8, and since efficiency is equals to 100%, therefore MA is equals to VR, therefore VR is equals to 1.8. Got it? Now, what will be the mechanical advantage? and velocity ratio efficiency becomes 50%. So now we are given that the efficiency now is not 100%, but it is 50%. So it is given that the part D, that efficiency is equal to 50%. Therefore, VR is going to be 1.8. It is not going to change because it is constant. Whereas MA will be equal to efficiency into VR. So that will be 50 upon 100 into 1.8. So that will be 0.9 as the MA. So MA will be 0.9, but the VR is going to be, so VR is going to be 1.8. So that is the sum number 8. Clear? Quite easy sums. Only very specific kind of formulas are being there, so nothing difficult as such. Right, we move on to sum number 9. Here we go with sum number 9. They are given you a particular figure which is like this, wherein the load is acting over here. Load is equal to 5 kgf and effort is of course upwards, and this is the fulcrum. To which class does it belong? Of course, load is at the center. The first one is the class of the lever is class 2 lever. Answer B. If FA, so this is the F, this is the A, and this is the B. If FA is equals to 80 centimeters, right, and AB is equals to 20. AB is equals to 20 centimeters. Find the mechanical advantage. So here we see that FA is nothing but the load arm. So load arm is equals to FA is equals to 80 centimeters, and the effort arm is equals to FB is equals to 80 plus 20 is equals to 100 centimeters. So mechanical advantage is equals to effort arm upon load arm, load arm is equals to 100 upon 100 upon 80. That is going to be 1.25. So MA will be 1.25. C part is you need to find out the effort. You need to find out the effort here. So we can use two formulas. Load into load arm is equal to effort into effort arm, or we can directly use the MA part. We'll do MA, will be easier. So that is point C is MA is equal to load upon effort. So 1.25 is equal to load as 5 upon effort. So effort is equal to 5 upon 1.25. That will be equal to 1 upon 25. That is 0.4 is the effort. So effort will be given to you as, so 1 sec. .5, load is equal to 5. Yeah, that's right. So effort is equal to, right, I was right, into 100 upon 125. So 5, 125 are, and then 4 are. So yeah, this is 4 kgf. Not 0.5, 4 kgf. That was sum number 9. Okay. I think we'll continue in the next video.